Hello, everybody, and welcome
Hi guys.
back to another podcast. It is another week. It is another podcast. It is another miserable time that I have to sit here dealing with waffles.
It's another moment where Bran has to suffer my insane ramblings for another 2 hours.
It is an awful experience, and I suggest you never do it. As exampled by our past
I suggest you never listen to this podcast.
As exampled by our last podcast where we had the lovely Astra on, and she gave us the suggestion of having to have someone sign a contract before ever coming on because they had to deal with waffles. So, thank you, Astra, for that last one. I made
Bran sign an NDA. He's not allowed to talk about.
I never signed anything. You wouldn't even have the capability of setting up an NDA, Waffles.
Pre-production.
Let alone actually thinking about having to sign an NDA. You wouldn't even think about having to sign. Like, you wouldn't even be able to make an NDA.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. I'd have to hire a lawyer, and then I'd have to listen through a boring lawyer talk. That's too much work.
So I don't think an NDA has anything to do with me, at least, or me signing it. If anything, you would be the one signing something. You signed a waiver. No, because if I don't sign a waiver, that means that I can sue him for whatever damages he causes me. So I didn't sign one because I can do that.
Oh dang. Yeah. It's victims' rights. You know, if he didn't sign anything, that's on me.
Yeah, so it's Waffles that should have had me sign one, but if I don't sign it, I'm actually
that's too much work.
Okay. So
I'm gonna owe Bran so much money after all this for psychological damages.
Psychological damage, compensation, psychological compensation.
I love your sunglasses today.
Oh my god, yeah. So our topic. If you are listening to this, I'm in a little bit of a different kind of outfit on the headpiece stuff. I got a hat and some sunglasses because we're going to talk about going places and on some nice trips that would happen possibly in the future if Waffles could ever get his passport first.
Yeah, that might take a while. That might take a little bit. U.S. is not doing good with passport production or passport authorization at the moment. Yeah.
Passport,
or just anything in general. Passport anything. Yeah. Specifically, we're going to talk about like if we could go anywhere in the world, where would we travel to if like money was not an object? I think is our philosophical discussion for today.
I don't even think it's just that. There's always been the inside joke that Waffles is going to take me some places and go places. So I think we should
to naked hot springs. I think we should around the world.
I think we should also. I don't like the idea of that, but I think we'll go into that a little bit as well, and talk about a little bit about where those places might be if we were to take a trip together as well, not only on our own, but with the potential of going places whenever the U.S. gets their crap together and Waffles decides to actually get his crap together as well.
Yeah, if I can ever get my stupid passport, if that's ever gonna happen, you know what? I've just resignated to my fate. Whatever happens. It's gonna take a while to get my passport, but we'll get it eventually, and then I will get the hell out of here. we'll go visit. Says. Actually, you're supposed to. So on topic, you're supposed to be visiting Japan here.
I'm leaving tomorrow. Actually, I've got a flight in just a little over I guess 12 hours. It's
Japan.
A bit over 12 hours before I leave home. So the podcast actually works out because we don't miss a week. So I'm gonna be gone next week, but we don't do a podcast.
Where'd your cool glasses go? Where's the sunglasses?
Did you not see me take them off? I just took them off.
Bro. You looked so rad.
They distort my...
Only cool kids wear sunglasses.
They distort my monitors and stuff because the
really?
Because they're polarized.
Oh yeah, you can't like. Oh yeah.
So
like polarizing.
So like the reflections and stuff is sometimes hurts. My main monitor.
Yeah, you have to suffer. You're gonna have to suffer for your art.
My main monitors are okay. Cool. It's my laptop and tablet that are the issues that start distorting everything.
Chad, does Bran not freaking awesome with sunglasses on?
I got my hair cut not too long ago as well, so my hair is actually extra short. So like I I look a lot like without the hat, it looks a lot different than with the hat. So I actually
I
like it.
love it. I
I
love it.
like
You
the
look.
hat better though.
It looks so rad. Oh, Brand's one of the cool kids now.
I like the hat.
Dang, man. I'm associating with one of. Does that mean I'm a cool kid by association?
No, you're just waffles.
Am I cool now?
No,
Oh,
you're just waffles.
damn.
You are just waffles. There is nothing.
But yeah,
There's nothing there. You can also see. I don't like. You can see my the reflection. You can see the reflection.
oh,
in the
you can
glass.
see the ring light.
You can
Yeah,
see
in
the
your
you can see the ring
your
like in my
sunglasses.
monitor.
No, that looks cool. It
You
looks
can see
like you're about to like
you
go
can see
into
the
another
front monitor
dimension.
and you can kind of see the side monitor. You can't actually see the whole setup because like I have a lot going on here, and so you can't actually see everything. But
Esther, Esther's like, no, you're not cool. You're waffles.
you're literally just
Fair,
waffles.
fair enough.
Yes, but anyways, back onto where we're going. Yeah, no, I'm leaving tomorrow, and it works out well because we don't have a podcast next week, and good thing because I'm not here next week.
Yeah, you're gonna be going to
I will
Japan
be
for
away
like a week.
all week in about 10 days. I'll be gone for about 10-11 days. So,
Dude, I'm so jealous. I love Japan. I went there for a week before. Yeah, it was like a week I went there before, and I think you're gonna be doing like kind of the same trip that I did.
yeah, I think I have a
Uh,
little bit more time because I'm also not going to Vietnam as well, which you did. I think in the same trip.
yeah,
So
I
I'm
went.
I'm not doing that kind of Asian thing. I'm actually staying in
I'm
Japan.
not doing that Asian
Well, I
thing.
mean, like like a lot of times when you travel over to North America, you do a like sequence of Asian country or different Asian countries. So you go to Japan, might go to if you wanted to China or Vietnam or like Singapore or something like that. Like where you're hitting a bunch of spots considering you're already over there. There's a
Right.
lot of people that do that hopping kind of style and take like a couple or a couple
Wait, did
weeks
you
or
say if we go to North America, we go to all the Asian countries?
no, if you're from North America,
Oh, if you're, yeah, yeah,
like if
you
you're
just kind of
leaving
hop
from North
between them.
America,
Yeah.
you
Okay.
go to Asia and you'll do
If you
like
go
a
to
couple.
North America, you go to all those Asian countries like Canada, Mexico.
You can't even go over there right now. You can't even leave your
Yeah,
country.
I can't even leave. I can't even leave
lucky
my country.
you're lucky your country's so
I'm
big
not allowed.
because that you can't even leave. Sorry, Astra, in advance. But yeah, but you can't even leave right now. So
Rip.
you
Yeah,
gotta
I'm stuck here.
you're
I am
stuck.
stuck in the States. Anything happens, I've got no passport right now, and it's
No passport,
unfortunate.
no enhanced driver's license, nothing.
Yep. I've been trying. I need to get that enhanced driver's license. That'll at least let me go to Canada and Mexico. I can at least travel through Canada and Mexico with that. But passport is going to take a little bit. Passport is going to take a little time. Your passport is in the void somewhere. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Yes. The U.S. is being really. I don't know. There's some issues with passports at
I
the
don't
moment.
know why this is the case. Again, for people that don't know, I'm from Canada. He's from the States. So a lot of things that happen over here, or it might be happening down there, but not a lot. But I was getting a American news feed from Good Morning America for some stupid reason on my YouTube, and it was just talking about the
some stupid.
I don't
reason.
know why. Like I've never watched Good Morning America, and I've like
You're
never
just like,
looked at
I don't
their.
give a crap about American news feeds.
Well, I do care in some sort of because I still need to know. But like for the most part, I don't watch American news feeds unless like it's something major, and I definitely don't watch Good Morning America.
I'm from here, and I don't either.
Yeah, and I don't watch their clips for sure. But for some reason, of all things to pop up my feed, it is Good Morning America talking about the passport issue, and I'm just like,
That's funny.
I'm just I grabbed that,
Very
and I just
relevant.
sent it over to Waffles and been like, hey. Oh, here's your reason why you're never gonna get your passport, and they're just talking about it's like, yeah, we're like 4 months delayed, if not longer. And I'm just like, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
At least you can
It's
do it.
taking. I don't know. I don't know why specifically. It was just mentioned. It was like your passports. They're taking a bajillion years. Good luck
Again,
getting
it's
out of the
not my
country right now.
it's not my issue either, and I don't know why it's popping my feet. Not
Brian's like, it's not my issue. Good luck.
no, Canada's had its own issues with passports recently.
Oh,
as well.
gentlemen's here. Evening legends. Hope
Hello,
you're
hello.
well. Yeah.
I am not famous enough to wear sunglasses. I'm just being told to because that's what I introed with. And
No, you're so
Waffles.
famous that you need to wear sunglasses now. That's right. so that we don't recognize you.
I think you can still recognize me. I don't think I'm that. I don't think I look that
No,
different.
who's that cool guy over there? That definitely can't be Brett. He's
Especially
way
without the
too
hat
cool.
too. Especially without the hat, I don't think I look too different.
He is way too cool. I would recognize that hairline anyways. Nice haircut, by the way. Love
Thank
it.
you. Yeah,
Beautiful.
most people would
I
not
have.
recognize I got a haircut unless I told them.
I I'm not taking off my hat because I haven't got a haircut in a while,
Yeah,
and
waffles.
I do
We
not
were discussing like
want to take
waffles
my
should.
hat off.
Who thinks waffles should take his hat off? Waffles should take his hat
It
off.
ain't
I think.
happening. No way.
I think
Nope.
waffles
Nope. Not happening.
should take his hat off because
I ain't.
he told me that
No.
I should.
Because right now it's like a sweaty, matted mess from like wearing my hat all day. If I take this off, it's going to look. It's going to anybody who's watching the YouTube portion of this and sees, they will instantly turn off the YouTube video. It's not beautiful. It's not pretty. Maybe at the end of the video when everybody's already tuned out, when everybody's already like, I've been watching like an hour of this.
We got a poll already. Oh goodness.
Esther put up a poll. Waffles his hat on. Vote. No, you do not want to see my nasty. I've got the weird kind of hair where like I've got that like monk hair, like where it will the top part of my head missing all the hair, and then it just the ring around the sides just grows out
Wait,
super
no, I
long.
voted wrong.
Haha, yes, it's equal votes on and off. And that means by default it's staying on because I'm too lazy.
Cause I'm
Yep.
too lazy.
Cause if in doubt, just stick with the status quo.
There you go.
Perfect.
I think we're coming up with a bunch. Oh no.
Who voted off at the last second? Not cool.
Well, currently off wins anyways. So waffles taking off, right?
Ooh woo, Bram.
Taking your hat off.
Ooh, taking it. Yes, taking it off. Here's my hat off. Are you guys happy now? I told you it's a sweaty, matted
I like
mess.
how your hats made it worse by creating that like line right there.
Yeah, the line on my forehead. There. Are you guys happy? Look at this hat hair. It's disgusting. Oh no! Hide it! Hide it! Hide it from the world. I'm beautiful again. I'm beautiful again. Like the Phantom of the Opera.
I think
instead of a mask, I wear a hat.
I think over these podcasts, we're creating a bunch of sub goals for you if you ever do a subathon, because that should be one of the sub goals as well. Is you taking your hat off for entire stream.
Oh God,
waffles.
That's a sub goal for a stream.
Yeah, that's a sub goal for a stream. Like I think we're creating a bunch of sub goals.
$1,000 to take my hat off.
Yeah, like
for a whole stream. $1,000. That no less.
But yeah, I think like if you ever do a subathon, I think you got from this podcast already. I think you already got like some of your sub goals that you can add to the list of things.
Well, I need to do a chair subathon because my chair broke the other day. I have pictures. I have to send you the pictures of my chair that broke because like I used to have like a gaming chair like yours, right? Like you've seen the other podcasts and stuff like that. Anybody who's seen them. I had this big red chair and it was really, really nice and it was very comfortable for me. I have pictures of my chair. It is completely folded. Like the thing that was keeping the chair upright has broken. So it was like the back was laying down. So it's just like a 180-degree plane. It was just the back was just like this. So it was like the ultimate. It was like a lie down chair. I could have like lied down in that chair. You know what? Actually, I shouldn't have got rid of it. I should have just done the podcast in my lie down.
In your lie down, you just lie down. I can lie down in this.
Just change the camera angle so it's facing down.
I kind of can lie down in this. I can just.
Yeah. It's like that PewDiePie meme or whatever where he's like, but cannot do this, and he like leans the chair super far back. That's actually a really nice chair. Dang. My chair couldn't even do that when it was working.
It can only do it that way when it's broken.
It can only do it when it's broken. Yeah, exactly.
There we go. Well, Waffles has got subathon goals now, and
Yeah,
a goal to reach
$1,000 to take my hat off.
a reach towards to get him a new chair, so that he doesn't have to sit in his broken chair anymore. Anyways, we're going far off topic. I didn't think we were going this far off topic.
Some people
so early, but
every day, like super hard in the sun, doing roofs or whatever for money. I'm like, I'll take my hat off for $1,000.
$1,000, I'll not wear a hat for an entire stream.
Man, life is hard. You gotta take your hat off.
You can't wear a hat for an entire stream. How dare you? How difficult is that for you?
Oh no!
In your life,
oh, it's so painful. The emotional pain. It's the emotional pain.
We had him sign a waiver, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, you're gonna be going to Japan then.
Yes.
So you're gonna be landing in Tokyo, right?
Narita Airport. Yeah, I'm heading to Tokyo first and staying in the Tokyo district, and then for I guess 4 days, I think, and then it's off to Osaka for a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I did too. When I went to Japan, we've talked about this a bunch of times on the podcast, so we went to Tokyo, I went to Akihabara and stuff, and then I also went like straight to Osaka. I think that's the classic
we
Japan
got that.
trip.
Wait, I don't have it anymore, unfortunately, but we got the amazing maid outfit, or the maid picture that you had.
The me doing the cat and yaw
the
pose.
cat and yaw with the maid cafe people, which was
it was so awkward. It was I kind of loved it. I mean, I love weird stuff, and Maid Cafe was just a completely random experience. You should go to a Maid Cafe.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Go to Akihabara, go to a Maid Cafe.
I will not do that. That is something
you will remember it. I'll just say that much.
But yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. But yeah.
It was just so funny because like I've talked about this before, but like there was just like a couple there, and a guy brought obviously his girlfriend, and his girlfriend was not happy. She was like, what is happening right now? Why are we here? And the boyfriend was freaking loving it. He was like, haha, yeah, look at, she's in a maid outfit. That's all really funny. And the girlfriend was just like,
what's going on? Why like it's like your father. It's just like, what the hell is going on?
And I brought my dad, and my dad was just like, son, I love you, but
it's bad when it starts like that. You know it's bad when it starts like that. You know I love you, but
still good memories, great memories.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. But yeah, going to Japan, I'll do that. So I'm going there. But now that's off my list, because I know a lot of people want to go to Japan, and Japan was definitely on my list. So I'm gonna be happy to check that off. But
Japan's amazing.
Anywhere you want to go that you haven't gone yet? I think we've talked about it briefly, but anywhere you would want to go?
Yeah. So I mean.
And obviously, cost is not an issue, like we said in the beginning. We're saying that cost isn't an issue. Where would you want to go?
Right, the philosophical, like, if you could go anywhere and cost wasn't an issue, where would you go? Now, here's the thing, though. Like, right, like, I mean, I would go to like. I mean, if cost wasn't an issue, I'd just go to the fanciest place on earth, and then like, I'd just be like, let's go to Monaco.
You could stay. You very well could. We are saying that cost isn't an issue, so you very well could.
If cost wasn't an issue, and I could get like 5-star meals every day, I mean, dang, man. I mean, I would probably choose some really there's got to be really cool places that cost a lot of money that you can only really go to if you're rich. I didn't do any research before this episode. I should have. But like,
Well, I wasn't thinking we were gonna go that far in terms of like I wasn't thinking that we'd be like, oh yeah, I'd go here because it's really expensive. And so I was thinking I was
I know
thinking we were
that's
just
my philosophy. Like, I'm just like, wait, if cost isn't an issue, like that seems
like
that just
like
changes
like
things.
no shit you would want to go to a place that's really not like a vacation spot like that
Right.
is like I think that's kind of obvious, um but
Um.
the determination I think is what countries would you want to go to just explore and kind of and have a time
Right.
like
I guess
rather than being like, oh, if I was rich and cost was an issue, yeah, I'd vacation here. Like of course you would want to go vacation, and like if especially if it's winter you would want to go vacation somewhere nice and warm. Like I
right.
live in Canada and the winters are fucking brutal. Of course I want to get out of here if I could.
I do
Like
not want to be here. Yeah. Um. Yeah. If cost was, I think there's a lot to be gained from just the location. There's
what kind
things
of
money
trip would you want
obviously
to take,
cannot buy.
Waffles?
Like there's I think a big part of the biggest part of traveling obviously is the people and the culture of the place you're traveling to, regardless of like how much money you spend and things like that and where you're staying. That's going to be your biggest takeaway is like the people you interact with, the things you see, even just like the natural beauty of the place you're going to. That doesn't cost anything most of the time to see something really pretty, as part of like a natural landscape. Um, where would I go?
You already really
There's a
extended this out.
lot of cool places in the world.
Like that right there is
Yeah,
it's a sentence to delay.
I am trying to delay this as
he's
long as
delaying it
possible while I
possible.
think
Just like
of like
yes,
where to
the
go.
nature and everything. It doesn't
Oh
cost
yes,
you
nature
anything
is
to
so
do.
beautiful. Have you ever thought about nature and just the wondrous, splendorous? Waffles
that
answer the question.
that
The
that
wonderful, splendorous beauty that
that
is
is the
nature.
biggest filler that I've ever like just experienced from you like in this podcast so far is the biggest filler just so that you can think.
Listen, I'm still thinking. Okay, I don't
Like
fucking know.
there's no place that jumps out to you that you say if I could travel right now, if my passport was okay and I could book a vacation right now or a trip right now, I'd go here because
I think
whatever.
I would probably go
Like you could even say
to.
I would go back to Japan to
I
do
think I would
this.
go to somewhere nice in the Himalayas. Uh, I've really wanted to go. I love mountains. I love mountains so
And
much
that's why he loves
because
Colorado.
I do love Colorado. Colorado's awesome. I went on a trip there a while back, and I was just like, oh, I loved it. The Rockies are great. Um, but I would go to the Himalayas because it is a very pretty place. It is just all mountains, very interesting culture. Um, but the problem is it's hard to get around in the Himalayas. It is not easy. It is kind of like if you don't yeah, I don't think if you have a lot of money, it's very difficult to get around. You have to literally travel.
But remember, money is an
There's
issue.
places you can't even take cars. You have to like get a guide with a yak. It's like some places in the Himalayas are hard to. I think though, if I had like if cost was not an issue and I could spend as much money as I wanted and I can get like a hot air balloon and land somewhere wherever the
Get
heck
a
I
hot
wanted
air.
to. Yeah, I would travel by hot air balloon, the most
That's
efficient and cost
That's an
the most
interesting way.
cost expensive
I would
form
have
of
thought you said to
travel.
say hot air balloon of all ways to travel, but fair enough, I
I
guess.
can't think because you can't land to like. I mean, okay, helicopter. If I could take a helicopter,
See, that's more. That's my. I expected it. It's just funny. It's just like if I could take any mode of transportation around the Himalayas, I would take a hot air balloon.
hot air balloon. It's a lot more peaceful than a helicopter. Have you ever been inside a
It's a
helicopter?
lot slower as well, and sometimes a lot harder to control, considering there is no controls.
You're just like, man, it's so pretty. I love this.
Hey, I
This
want to
is
go.
such a nice
Hey, I
view
want to
from
go
this
over there.
helicopter.
Oh, wait.
and in the background you just hear, and you're just like, I can't think straight. I can't.
But
Helicopters
but
are.
like with
I
the with
can't.
the with the hot air balloon, you'd go up and you go like, yeah, I want to go over there. Why am I going over there?
Oh, Astra's nail. Actually, Astra's got it on the head. I would take a hot air balloon and I'd pull around the world in 80 days. I just travel around the world in a hot air balloon. There we
I
go.
I don't think that's what Astro was going for, but okay.
She said she'd take a cruise around the
Yeah, a
world and see
cruise, it's just a
everything. Yeah,
boat.
in a hot air balloon around the world in 80 days.
All right, Astro, would
Heck yeah.
would you take a hot air balloon around and to make a world trip in the 80 days? Is that what you're talking about? Is Waffle's correct
I
here?
wonder how that would work if somebody tried to like pull that off nowadays. Like, because with like air traffic controls and things like that, and
Well,
people so
doesn't do
guarding
heights.
their
Astro doesn't do heights, so.
that fair enough. Yeah, if you don't do heights, you don't do hot air balloons. Let's be real. There's no way.
See, I've gone on cruises, Astro, and I love them, so I'm with you on that. Anyways,
Oh well, okay. So what about you? Where would you go?
so Astro brought it up as well. I would go. One of the places I'd love to go is Singapore. Singapore is definitely on the list.
Singapore. Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
I'd like to see Amsterdam. I'd like to see Germany. Those are two places that I definitely would like to see at some point. Part of what I would do, because this, I don't call myself a plane geek. I can't tell you. I can't point out every single plane and be like, that's an A330. That's a 777. That's a 787-9. Like these are all,
Okay.
like these are all different plane types, or an Embraer 175. Like I can
But you know planes
I can name
to
them
a certain extent.
yeah, like I can name them and be like, that's probably a narrow body. That's
more than me.
probably a wide body. That is an Airbus for sure. That one's a Boeing. I can
Okay.
more than likely do that. Like,
So you're kind of into planes a little.
Yeah.
You're a dabbler. You dabble in
I used to be really
planology.
yeah, I used to be into planes, like, but a little bit more, like in terms of piloting.
That's kind of cool. I never knew that about you.
I think I brought that up. I'm pretty sure I brought that up. But I've been into planes and I've enjoyed the more piloting side of things. It's died off now, but I still enjoy planes. So one of the things I'd do for sure, if cost was an issue, is I would definitely ride some business class and two first class planes. To experience those cabins, because it's not that I'm like saying, oh, I want to go experience, like how you were saying, like, oh, I want to go experience the high class stuff,
Yes, I want to be treated.
Yeah.
Money is not an issue. Let's go wherever.
For me, it's more the experience. Like I want to experience those things because I watched a bunch of videos on them.
I mean, that's an experience in itself too.
Yeah, but there's like certain planes, like there's the A380, the Airbus A380, which is the largest passenger jet, which is pretty much being retired now because it's so unsustainable. It's just so high cost and it's not really worth it. But so most places are retiring the A380 right now, and it's not even that long in service.
What is the A380?
So the A380 is the Airbus A380. So it is a double-deckered airplane that is the largest passenger jet
it's
in
the
the world.
Big boy airplane, which got like the windows on top and the windows on bottom, and you're just the Airbus. Yeah,
You know what?
okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
No,
I'm on board now.
I'll be right back. Waffles delay.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
okay.
I'm gonna grab something real quick. So Waffles, you need to
Actually,
delay.
okay. How do I do it? Hello, my honey. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal. No, but that makes me think of like if I could go anywhere, like that made me what he was talking about. It made me think of uh the uh how they're doing like rich people tours to space now, where if you are rich enough, you can just go to freaking space in a rocket. That's what I want to do. Heck yeah. Deadly heard airplanes.
so-
oh.
Yeah.
Hi, Deadly.
So okay, I'm back. So this is the A380. It's
dang, you got a model and everything?
Let me try to adjust my camera.
Whoa. Oh, that is awesome.
It's hard to
Adjusting.
No, it's not gonna.
Focusing. Oh, there you go. welcome to my hell.
Yeah,
Trying to
it's
focus things on camera
the
while I'm
light's not helping
streaming.
either.
Yeah, they always have like issues.
There you go. That's
We
close.
can, yeah, that's pretty good.
That's
I think that's
so.
as good as
This
we're
is
gonna
the
get.
A380 basically. So it's the lights really fucking it up. Let me see if I can turn.
Yeah,
it.
I've never been on an Airbus before. I've never had to go anywhere where an Airbus was required.
So the Airbus is the brand. So you've probably been on an Airbus, maybe, depending on what kind of plane you got. Because there's narrow body ones too. Like there's the A220. Like there's different versions of the Airbus. So you could have been on an Airbus depending on how big or what kind of plane.
I mean, I crossed the Pacific. It was a big plane.
You were probably on
you're
probably on a 777. That's my guess.
Yeah,
you're a Boeing 777.
But the 777, yeah.
The Boeing 777. So this is the A380. It's hard to see, but it's the largest passenger jet because there was there used to be the Boeing 747, which used to be the double decker that had only the front. It was the double decker. The rest of it was all bottom. So they had an entire bottom.
Right. It has the windows on top. I see like a few windows at the front.
Yeah. So the 747 used to have the bottom.
Very front heavy looking.
Yeah. The 747 used to have all the bottom levels, and then the first couple here up to like about here used to be a double decker. This one has it out through the complete
through the
plane.
whole airplane. It's a total double decker airplane. That is crazy. That thing even like works in the air.
Yeah. So
the idea that even like flies is insane to me. Can you imagine the amount of fuel that thing takes?
Well, that's why it's like so impractical that a lot of all the companies that used to run it are not running it anymore.
Not running it anymore. Yeah. Because it's like,
it's so expensive and it's just not enough. It's just too expensive for cost. So not enough people are really doing it. But you
have to fill the whole thing up to make it worth it, right?
You have to fill the whole thing up, but like you have to
at least
a good chunk of it to do it. Yeah. And there's a lot of seats. There's like, depending on what kind of configuration it is, could be like almost 500
especially during
seats.
COVID when there wasn't that many people traveling and stuff like that. It was just like, I'm sure all those planes were just sitting on the ground the entire time.
Yeah, so COVID, like it's a plane that I would want to go ride on for sure, because there's not many places that are not many companies that use them, and it is one of the planes I would do. Yes, Deadly, I would like to go look at the Beluga.
The Airbus Deadly says if you want a plane that you want to see a plane that shouldn't fly, look at the Airbus Beluga. First of all, it's called the Beluga,
yes,
which is
it is
awesome.
Yes, I would want to go. I do want to go
see
that as well in person. I know what Deadly's talking about, but
I want to look up a picture of this.
So the Beluga, for anyone that probably most people that don't know, is the cargo plane for Airbus to carry their basically anything to make the plane. So like wings and stuff, they put it in there and fly it to where they need to have it. So it is huge, pretty much, and it looks
know why
very
they
funny.
call it the Beluga.
Oh yeah, because they made it. It's literally they made it to look like it. I would pull.
It looks like a beluga whale. It looks like actually a beluga whale.
I would pull it up on stream.
There's a reason it's called the Beluga. But yes, this thing, if you've seen a beluga whale, you've seen the Airbus Beluga. It is a plane that looks like a big beluga whale.
Yes.
The the storage is on the top part of the plane. So it's like this huge giant cylinder on top of the little tiny cockpit that's in the like bottom part of the plane. So like, it is so interesting looking. Wow. Okay, I mean, it's a pretty appropriate name, actually. I think I would have named it that too.
I think I can do this. Hold on 1 second.
The Beluga.
There we go.
Oh.
So there you go. There's the Airbus Beluga. But
there we go. Yeah, it's beautiful. So look at that thing. That is a beluga whale.
So the mouth at the bottom there is literally the
eye on it.
Yeah. So the mouth at the bottom is where the windows is for the cockpit. The entire top of that is where the storage is, so they can fit a crap in there, and that's big enough to be made for a plane.
That's so funny.
But yeah, they put a nice little face on there, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I love it. It looks so happy. He's just like, "Hey, I'm a beluga. I'm a beluga Airbus. I'm a flying whale. How's it going?"
But yeah,
Oh my god, that's is that an actual plane that somebody, like, painted an eye on, or is
yeah,
somebody, like,
no,
photoshopped
that is what the blue guy is. Like that
That's
is
so
taken like
amazing.
that's what it is.
That's
That's
beautiful.
like Airbus did that purposely.
I love it. I
But
think every plane should have eyes on it, I think. I think every plane should have, like, that shark mouth thing with the eyes on
you
it.
can't
Every
really
plane
do
should
that
look like a
because the windows. Then it doesn't look as good
That's true.
because it's cargo plane. They can do that because they don't need windows.
Yeah. That's true, that's true. The windows kind of ruin the aesthetic. Well, I think you could get away with it. You paint, like, eyelashes over one of the windows, it could be an
I
eye.
don't think you could get away with it because the how big that thing is. It is a different beast because everything else
That's
is
true.
a lot
It
smaller.
would
So
look more like
you'd
an
have a lot
alien
less
centipede
room.
or something like that. Yeah, yeah. It'd
But
have, like, a bajillion eyes.
I've gone out of context here. But so basically, if I had money, that's one of the planes I would want to go on because I really enjoy. Like I said, I enjoy place. A380 is one of the things that I'd love to go on. I
So
would like to do the
specifically
747.
where you'd travel to, it's just, like, first off, how you'd get there. Me,
Yeah, I
hot
mean,
air balloon. You, Airbus.
yeah, I mean, like it's something that I would want to do. Like, there's places I'd like to go doing it because like there's certain companies that like would that use it that travel to the places, but like more specifically, I'd like to ride one of those at some point. Like, it's cool and it's just awesome. Like, I know a few countries, but a lot of Middle Eastern companies use it, like Emirates or Etihad. They are very well known for running the A380, um,
I think
which travel
I
out Dubai.
when you started talking about, like, specifically not just where you'd go, like, if you could pay a lot of money, how you would get there, I would love to travel,
And a
why not
hot air
just
balloon.
no, go to space. Why not just take one of those? Just, you know
I
what? If I
well,
had enough money, I think I could pay my way to
you
space. I
can.
know
They already do it. You can.
yeah, I know they
it's
already have, like, space tours and stuff
it's
like
not
that.
that's clearly not the question because it's
Yeah,
already been
that's
done.
100%. I would just go to space.
I think it'd be cool.
Screw everything else. I
See,
would go to space.
see, I think it's a cool experience. I just don't think it's not something I like. I would be fully like, yeah, space. I'd be like, cool. That'd be awesome to do if I had the money to do it. But it wouldn't be
Hell yeah.
it's
I
not
could
something that's
die happy if I went to space.
it's not something on the top of my bucket list because it's not. I like the idea of space and everything, but it's just not something
It wouldn't
personally
be
that.
comfortable. Space would not be a comfortable. You'd also you couldn't stay extended
Well,
in
obviously.
an extended period in space without a lot of training, obviously. Unless you were an astronaut,
But the idea is the experience, right? It's the
right.
cost. It's the idea of the experience rather than the
Yeah,
length,
that
right?
that would be amazing. If I could just go and, like, stay in space for a day, oh, that would be so cool.
I do have
That
other.
would be I could literally die the next day and I would have no regrets.
The
That
reason,
would be amazing.
just for information, the reason I have this is I don't remember, but I have a bunch of other models here
I don't
upstairs.
I don't know why I have
I
this.
don't remember when I got when I got this one.
Did you have to assemble the model
No,
yourself for the Airbus?
it's pre done, so it's
Oh,
loaded.
okay, you just got some models.
I can't remember where I got this, but I have it.
I know they sell plane models at the airport sometimes. I'll see them, like, on sale and stuff, like,
I have
yeah,
I have a
all right.
bunch. I have a bunch of different models. I have Air Canada, WestJet. I think I have American as well. I got a giant one that had that.
Got a giant one that I can fly and sit in.
I got a giant model. There's a really big one that I have. That's
It's
sitting
an
there.
actual plane.
But I wish. But yeah, no, I'd do that. Cruise. I've done cruises before, and I've always wanted to do. If I had the this is more time, not less money, more time. I want to do a transatlantic cruise. So cruising transatlantic is basically a repositioning. So a lot of times when they'll cruises will move their ships around depending on the season.
Yeah.
So when it becomes winter, they'll move it from like kind of Europe to the Caribbean areas because that's where more traffic is, and then they'll do the opposite when the
You
season
talk
flips.
like the big cruise ships, like a Carnival cruise ship or something
Carnival,
like
Royal
that.
Caribbean, the
Okay.
Norwegian,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Princess. But yeah, I want to do that. That's something I'd do if I had the time and money as well to do that. Would be just taking a cruise because it's it's relaxing. Like a lot of times people go for cruising also because they get to explore a few different places.
That's true.
Because you
Yeah.
get ports and you can stop. Transatlantic, you get less of them because it's more, but you get a longer time spent on the ship just to relax and kind of experience the stuff that's going on there. So I
Huh.
definitely do that.
I don't know if for me, if money wasn't an issue, I don't think I could do a cruise ship. I don't. I've never really been big on the idea of cruise ship being stuck in one place with a bunch of people.
Wait, but
In
what's like like when you say like stuck with a bunch of people and stuck in one place? Are you just saying like you don't want to be stuck on a ship with like people in general,
yeah.
or are you expecting to see people the same people each time? It's because
Well, no, it's not that. I mean, they're big enough where you're probably not going to run into the same people, and if you do, like, you can make some friends and talk and stuff like that. It's just the idea that I can't go where I want to, or if I like want to go somewhere, I'm just literally stuck on this ship in the middle of the ocean, and you have to do like what this cruise ship said. Like, dinner is at this time. You go to dinner at
well,
this time, and
not
then
necessarily, not necessarily.
you don't get it. You're like, I want I want Thai food today or something like that. And they're like, well,
It's
we're not
it's
serving that right
it's
now. So
possible depending because the good thing about cruising and like uh, especially the bigger cruise ships and the more mainstay ones is that they're so big that yes you probably unless you are intentionally trying to or by luck you probably aren't seeing the same people each day. You are probably never seeing them again almost if you
Mhm.
do see them at least once unless again you're doing an event or again conveniently or planning it but but it's so big and there's so much room that it's almost like it's its own little city. So like you can go to places and have fun and enjoy like these different aspects of it without having to worry because like there's multiple things to do. So it's all like it's almost having its own little city and being like, oh, I'm taking a trip to I don't know San Francisco or something
Right, but
or
like,
whatever.
why wouldn't I just take a couple-hour plane ride to whatever
So
place,
you want to
right?
pay
And then
you
just get to do whatever the heck I want for a couple days, and then take a plane ride to somewhere else, rather than like being stuck with this cruise and then we just after a however long we finally arrive somewhere and we hang out for like a day or two and then we move on and it's like eh, for me that just doesn't seem like but I'm very like free spirited. Like I want to be able to choose what I'm doing, and that's like kind of how I travel. Is like I want to freaking go here. Let's go do that. I'm very like whimsical when it comes to travel and stuff like that. And for me, being stuck on a cruise ship, for me personally, I know I get why they're like
yeah,
awesome
no,
and stuff like
obviously,
that,
not
but
everyone's gonna like them. Like, obviously, it's just,
yeah, unless I had like a helicopter that could take off of the cruise ship and I could go like, see ya, suckers.
yeah, no,
No, hot air balloon, sorry. Unless I had a hot air balloon, I
I
could launch off of the cruise ship. Deadly says, there's a cruise over there, uh, in Germany, called the Full Metal Cruise. It's basically a cruise with a bunch of metal bands on board that basically play a giant concert on board of the ship that lasts
feel
for the
like
full
I
cruise.
feel like I saw that in a video that popped in my feed
That is intense.
for what Dragon Force. I think I saw that for like
They're just
I think I
playing
saw
on a
Dragon
ship the whole
Force
time.
doing that
Hell yeah.
like there was just a video that popped in my feed of them doing
That
that.
sounds so cool and so intense. Also known as the good luck sleeping cruise.
Well, not necessarily. Again, depends how big the ship is, because if you're depending on where you are, the thing you can't hear a single thing.
Yeah, down at the bottom of the ship,
Not
all you
even,
hear.
not even like if you're two decks below, like the where they're playing. No,
Yeah.
good luck hearing
Those
them.
cruise ships are pretty big, yeah, that's true. But
Or if
still,
you're on the
that's
other side of the ship.
insane to me. Uh, that would be awesome. just nothing but like crazy music the whole time. I'd probably get sick of metal music after like 2 or 3 days. I mean, metal music is great and all, and I'm a very I like all sorts of music and stuff like that. But I think after like 2 or 3 days of metal music, I'd be like,
You'd be like,
"Okay,
I'm
time
done.
to move on," but I'm still stuck on this ship. Fuck.
Well, you have to be pretty dedicated to metal
Yeah,
music
you have to
to
be a
be on
pretty
that thing.
dedicated metal fan, yeah, to just be stuck on the sea with them for days on end.
Yeah. No, I just like the idea of cruising for me because it's just like everything's it's like a resort and but you're on the move to somewhere else and can end up somewhere else. Like that's what like so good about the transatlantic one is like I can start in the U.S. and now I'm in Europe.
Yeah.
Like cool. Like I got and all I've paid for all my stuff already and now I get to do whatever hell I want on this ship. I can do the water slides. I can eat whatever I want because again, there's the buffets which can serve a variety of stuff.
Yeah.
Which is where your Thai food comes in. Is they serve Thai on there. So if I
I'm
want it,
sure, yeah.
if I
I'm
want
sure
a
they have
Thai, I could.
variety. It's just like I don't know. I have
I
a
I'd
more
rather
limited
the thing is like I like the idea of that better than having to fly 12 hours to somewhere else and then get back on a plane and be rushed to move somewhere else.
No, that's the biggest downside, right? Is having to get on a plane.
Because
Nobody loves
I get
planes.
stressed pretty easily.
Yeah,
Like it's
planes
not the
suck.
idea of getting on planes; it's the idea of having to spend time in a certain thing.
At the airport.
No, not even the airport. It's
In
just
general.
it's just in general, just having to be on a time limit and
Getting to where you have to go.
yeah, just
and-
kind of just be like, oh, now I have to move here. Oh shit, I missed this or whatever.
Whereas a
And-
cruise ship, it's kind of all planned out and you don't have to do shit.
well, it's
Kinda
not
like
not
sit there.
but it's more like oh yeah, now I have normally it's I have like 6 days on this
Yeah.
ship to explore the entire ship and whatever I want, and we'll stop off at a little island, which is very typical and doesn't.
I'm
probably,
I'm a
probably
big
doesn't happen
travel
enough.
planner. Like I well not planner. I don't like I said, I'm kind of whimsical, but like I will try and fit everything I can. Like I don't like to just like sit in my hotel when I'm traveling or anything like that. I like to get out there and just see as much as I can while I'm on travel. Like I said, I did the Japan tour in a week, which you're going to be doing, and it's going to be hectic.
Yeah, I have a little bit of time more than you do, and I don't really think we have anything planned really to do. Like we have some stuff planned, but a lot of it's kind of more or less just explore and kind of walk around and take it easy rather than do this, do that kind of attitude.
Yeah,
you know?
I feel
So like we're because I'm definitely not like that. I could not go on a trip and go, oh, I need to do this and that and this and this and fit it all in one day. I'd
mhm.
be like, that is way too much, and I'm going to pass out before I get to the third event.
Oh yeah. No, I'm very like I want to see it all. I want to do it all. I want to fit as much as I can and I man, when I was in Tokyo and we went I mean, I went everywhere I could in Tokyo. We went to all the districts, as many districts as we could. I went to shrines, I went to Akihabara, I went to Shibuya, uh I went to the red light district right next to Shibuya just to see it and see what was up. It's really funny. It was so funny to me the fact that the red light district is directly next to the big fancy shopping district within very close walking distance. Like you're just like, yeah, I'm with all the high class fancy people all walking around, and literally you turn like 2 streets to the left, and it's like, hello, this is the Yakuza controlled red light district sector. Good, good luck. You're gonna get harried by a bajillion dudes who want you to visit their specific massage parlor. It's
And Waffles went into every single
very
one of them
interesting. And I went to every single one. No, we toured it, and it was really funny because um,
because you
I
almost
don't
got
know.
dragged into all of them.
There's something funny about Japan culture where they just um, it was just every single place was uh filled with these huge guys. They hire dudes from like South Africa uh who come over to Japan, and all of them are bouncers for these clubs. Every single one. And they will all follow you around and all try and either get you to join. Not only are they bouncers, they're also advertisers for the clubs. and they will follow you around and be like, "Hey, you're a rich American.
You rich
Come to our
American.
club." I'm not a rich American. I don't have a lot of money, and I was like, I'm not. No, I one, I don't have that kind of money. Two, hell no. I am not gonna
But
go
if I did have the
see
money,
what
Waffle
is happening
says,
in your CDS club. Even if I had money, I
I'd
think I could
probably
do
go.
better than
Waffle says.
that. If I could probably do better than that. So I was like, nah, I'm good.
But Waffles, the experience you wanted.
Yeah, I mean that would be an experience, that's for sure. Yeah. The it's yeah, it's crazy. It's Japan's such an insane place. You're gonna love it there.
So where
I highly
else?
recommend on your um way to Osaka to stop at Nagoya. That's a very old traditional Japanese city. Um it's got like ancient Japanese castles and stuff like that. And if you take the bullet train to Osaka, it stops at Nagoya on the way. And it is a really cool place. Like there's big Japanese castles and stuff like that, and you can do like a little walk around and tour the park and stuff. It is really neat. It was so cool when I went there. I was having a blast. We
So
saw some big castles and things. It was neato.
so is there anywhere else you would want to go, or anything else you want to experience?
Well, okay, so Himalayas would be one thing for sure. Like, I mean, the culture in the Himalayas is so isolated from the rest of the world, that I would love to see it.
Okay.
Go to like Tibet and shit like that. That'd be very hard and it'd be very uncomfortable unless you had a lot of money. But I would love to do it. Where else? Space. I would love to go to space.
Okay,
Space,
so where
my
we haven't talked
second,
about
my
yet,
first
Waffles.
choice would be space.
Waffles, somewhere else we
Honestly,
haven't talked about.
space. If I had bajillion dollars, I could just fucking go anywhere. Hmm.
Any experiences you would want to do, or anything where you want to go? Because again, it doesn't have to be a place. It can be just the experience of something that you want to do that you haven't yet.
That's true. That's true. It doesn't have to be like. It could be just an experience that I could afford. Uh, that's a hard one. That's a toughie. I mean,
I thought you would be, of all people of us, I thought you would have something more solid down. Whether that was like,
there's just so many places in the world.
but
I
I
don't
thought you'd
like
be able to
going
name something that
places.
like you would want to do. Like, there's a lot of places, but there's a lot of things that stand out in people's minds that say like, oh, I would want to do that or this. Like, there's a lot of places, and a lot of people want to go experience them all. But there's some key things. Like, obviously, a lot of people, especially in kind of our community, want to go to Japan. That's like that's like a standout
Yeah.
thing that you.
Yeah,
that
Japan is
people,
huge. I mean,
people want to
I've
do.
already been to Japan. I would love to go to Japan again, but I've
But
been there, seen
but
that.
I'm the one thing I'm thinking is that, like, because I know obviously you want to experience everything, but the thing is, if you can't think of something that stands out to you, my question is, have you experienced everything that you want to do already, considering nothing stands out to you? Like, everything that you
Well,
like.
it's not that nothing stands out to me. It's that there's so many options. The world is a big place. The world
So,
is freaking
but
huge.
there's nothing that, like, you say that, like, obviously that goes, oh yeah, this is on my list, this is on my list. Like, it could be multiple things, but there's nothing that,
Well,
like, it goes directly onto that list that you would want to experience, like, if you could, like, as soon as you could. Or
I think the biggest draw to me for traveling is like I was saying earlier, it's culture, it's the people. It's the people that you get to see and talk to and hang out with and you experience as you're traveling. And I think a lot of different places have cool cultures and stuff like that. And honestly, it's I mean, you could
so
literally visit some of these places
so
with
Waffles,
not that much
so basically
money.
what you're saying is you want to experience everything, like
I
that's
want to experience all of it. Well, I either want to go to
because
South America or Africa.
I'm trying to pin down something so that
Definitely
you have
100%.
something to talk about, and
There's
you're
I
making it
mean,
really difficult. But
I do want to go to South America. I've been thinking about that for a while. Me and my cousin were actually talking about going to Brazil, and going to check that out. That would be a really interesting. I've never experienced South American culture, and I think that would be like a really big. I don't know a whole lot about it. And the less I know about a culture that I can go experience, the better it is for me because I get to learn so much and I get to see so much that I'm like, whoa, what is that? Whoa, what the heck is this? What is happening right now? And I just love that about traveling. I love like seeing random things and people and cultures and stuff that I haven't seen before. And that's huge to me. Uh, I wish I could talk about it more. I wish I could be like, yes, I specifically want to go see this thing in Brazil or this thing in South America, but it's like, no, I'm such like a whimsical like I want to end up in Brazil and then just start wandering around as I run into shit. If money wasn't an issue, that means I could just get like a taxi and go anywhere I wanted
as
and
long
just
as the
be like,
taxi wants to drive you there.
yeah, as long as I would get a personal chauffeur in South
You
America
could
that
do
would
that.
take me
That's fair. That
wherever
there you
I
go.
wanted. And I'd just be like, I want to go here or I want to go there. Uh, I think that would be honestly that would be the biggest benefit to me would be my choice to go wherever if I did go like a specific place. That would be what money would give me the most of is the choice of travel options because that's always the hardest part of getting to a place is getting there is traveling is figuring out how to get there usually plane but getting around even once you're there. Japan, man, I it was so easy to get anywhere in Japan. I love Japan
I,
because their public
the
transportation
best part
is
about you,
so phenomenal.
the funny part about you speaking about this and being like going everywhere, it is the fact that you are from the U.S., which probably has one of the worst transit systems ever.
Public transportation systems ever. Yeah, pretty
If
much.
you
You're
want to
not
get
wrong.
anywhere, you're driving. You're no one
Yep.
cares.
I don't I hate it. I think if you don't own a car in America, you are so screwed because public transportation in America is garbo. It is not. This country was not designed around uh
I don't think it's the
that.
country's the issue. It's not the country's not designed for it. It is the transit systems aren't designed for it. Like it is the
Well, yeah.
you're not. It's not the country's fault that you can't do it. You have a lot of room to do it. It's just the people who
Well, we never put
city
the
planners
infrastructure
never
down.
put the
Yeah.
infrastructure in. That's the thing.
Yeah,
The
yeah. We don't
infrastructure has
have the
never been put in place.
infrastructure set up. Exactly. Yeah. I
Or
mean, we don't
or
have
you
magnet trains here.
or in some places you do, just it's not used efficiently.
Yeah, well, the thing, United States is such a big
Because there's some
landmass.
places that have infrastructure made for public transit. It's just there's more highways built instead,
Yeah, I mean,
which
once
is funny.
we had the highway system, that's all we built around. We built around the highway system and everybody owning cars and things like that.
Because
That's what the United States was built
the
around. So
entire it's the entire or most of the East Coast, isn't it? Not that has a pretty good dedicated transit system to get places, but
yeah,
you're
I mean,
probably more likely to do a car instead.
the bigger cities and stuff like that have some decent
But I'm not
public
talking about just like
transportation.
cities. I'm talking about like state, like going between states. Like there's some transit systems within more the I think it's the more the East
I mean, unless
Coast.
you're taking a Greyhound bus, it's really there's not a whole lot of options. I mean, there's some trains and stuff like that, um, but you're either taking a plane or a bus for the most part. And if you don't own a car, as you're pretty limited in your options to choose. Meanwhile, if you go to any other country, there's like, you know, all sorts of different public transportations. Heck, half the time it's a boat.
The only reason I'm bringing this up is because I've looked into this before in a sense. Because again, like I'm not fucking, I don't geek out at stuff, but I do watch a bunch of.
I'm not one of those geeks
Well,
that we've
I don't.
spoken of on the internet.
Well, I just don't want to say like because I'm not like I don't know a bunch of all this. I can't.
You're not a big aficionado,
but I invest time into it just because it's interesting to me. Because
yeah.
the way that American transit system, especially over the country, works is that you have Amtrak, which is your main government kind of funded, I think, railway system.
Yeah.
Amtrak doesn't.
I've taken that a few times.
Amtrak does not own all of the track that it uses, which is not surprising. That happens in many places. That even happens in Canada, where the cargo system owns a lot of the track to make it easier. What that does is that causes delays in passenger transit because they get less priority. However, in the East Coast, again, I believe this is the case. I don't think there's a lot in the West Coast, but I think it's primarily in the northeast of the United States. Amtrak does privately own a lot of those tracks, which means they have more frequency use, which means they are more useful in the long run because they own those tracks, because they can prioritize their customer base rather than any cargo. So
yeah, I don't know specifically. I've never really been to the very eastern border of the United States, so
so that's why I'm bringing it up, because like if you like make your transit from like Boston to New York or whatever down, it's actually pretty efficient. You actually can do that, and it's not a bad idea because the rail tracks there are made for passenger transit. Like you actually can do that rather than drive. Most people might still drive because again, the culture is built around the driving.
The culture's built around cars.
Yeah,
Do you own a car? You better own a car soon. Buy our car.
But for those instances, there is actual infrastructure that is made to efficiently and cheaply move people around enough. It's just not widely expanded, and it's very certain kind of
certain areas. And then
again,
sure. I'm sure the infrastructure is built up around like certain big areas and things like that, and especially around like New York and things like that, and the Eastern Seaboard.
So it's kind of I like, again, it's like I'm not saying anything, but because I watched enough information and I've invested time into it, it's kind of just funny to me to just like know that that's the case, but obviously know that's
it could be better. It's just not. It's just not. We never put all the infrastructure in here to travel and stuff.
And the one thing I should say is I'm not saying that America's the only case. Canada is very bad for this as well. It's North American culture in general. It's North American culture in general that is very car heavy based. Whereas Europe is taking it to a different level and is a lot better than it. So
I think public transportation is the smart thing to do. I think it's better. It's just better on the environment for one. It's just cheaper. It's less clogging of the highways. Everybody gets everywhere faster. Um, it's the way to go, but in the US we haven't really needed to deal with that because like everybody owns a car, and it's so much open space in the United States compared to a lot of the rest of the developed world, um that cars are how you get everywhere because it's all about the freedom to choose where you want to go and things like that. It's um you most of the places in the most of the land in the United States is just empty rural farmland, which there's no point in, it's just there's so much to the United States that they haven't really developed that, and we haven't needed to because cars. We made cars, we built a whole highway infrastructure, everything just run through the highway, and that's it. And I don't like that. I think that we should definitely have more public transportation.
and it will
It's
never
funny
happen.
because we've actually talked about this so many times on the podcast
Have we? I
about
don't even
public
know.
transportation.
Well, I all I remember is
I
you
have
talking
so many
about.
bus
I was
stories.
gonna say all I remember is all your bus stories about you
All
being
the bus
about you
stories.
being with a bunch
I
of
hate
junkies.
US public transportation, so I could rant for days on end about how much I hate US public transportation. However, I did experience a lot of funny stories while I was on public transport. But I think, yeah, I think if I had infinite amount of money and I could just go wherever, I would just like hire a private helicopter or jet or something. Probably a helicopter, as much as I don't like the noise that helicopters make. I think it would be the easiest way to like get places. If you could just
You should,
have a helicopter and
but
you had infinite
no,
fuel
use
and you
that.
did not care.
There is an app out now that you can, or if there's been an app out now that you can rent just a private jet, like Uber. You should just do
Well,
that.
yeah, yeah. I know you. Well, a private jet would be awesome, but then again, you need a lot more. You need landing strips and stuff like that for airplanes, and it's harder to get place. Like if I
But
went to the
but
Himalayas, for instance, it would be a lot harder to get places with a plane. If you had a helicopter, you could go a lot of places. If you had a plane,
you could
good
get
luck
it. You could,
landing in the
but
Himalayas.
well, you could get a lot of places, just not as far.
Hmm.
So it depends where you're
It
going.
depends on where you're going, obviously. Like if I wanted to go to a big city, you'd just take a private plane or something like that.
Well, I
But
mean, even if you want to go from the U.S. to cross country, you probably need to take a jet rather than a helicopter.
Deadly. Oh, Deadly is like, but you're in a position where, due to the large car-centric design, you can't really get away from it anymore. Just compare European and American suburbs. In European suburbs, you can get everywhere within 10 minutes of walking. In the US, you can walk for hours and still see the same fucking house. Yep. Yep, that's exactly it. It is very car-centric. It is very like, I will own a bajillion acres of land. There's just so much compared to the, because Europe was developed a long time before America, and there's a lot less large chunks of land owned by like one person. There's just so Europe is a lot more condensed than America, and America is just so spread out, and 99% of it is like farmland now, but it's still so spread out, um, that it's just making public transportation is just not really feasible because it's just so many interspersed cities and
Well,
stuff like
like
that.
I don't even think it's like that because even if you like, let's take it down a level and go to like city level. Like if you even look at city level stuff, like
Mhm.
you could there is the capacity to do public transit. It's just the infrastructure is never going
We
to be
just
made.
never built it. Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
not even you can't even build it now. Like
Yeah.
it's not even that you didn't anymore. It's you can't anymore because
Well,
it's
yeah, you didn't and
so
you
cars.
can't because we never built everything around it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, in some places you have the ability, even though you haven't in the past. You might have the room to do it, but because of how culturally centered cars are, there's just absolutely no room. There is absolutely no way someone's going to even if you built it, people are not going
You'd
to
have to buy like
use it.
huge chunks of land off of people and
No, I
tear down parts of the highways
not
and stuff
well
like that.
that you might have to do, but I also meant like people aren't even going to possibly use it. Like,
Right.
how are you going to convince the other people to start using the public transit after being dedicated to cars so long? So it's
Right.
even if you take it to the smaller level,
I mean, there's such a big
not
culture
gonna
around just like
happen.
road trips. Like a US road trip is such a huge like cultural thing here. Like it's there's entire movies based around US road trips and stuff like that. It's such a huge part of the culture. Like literally I spent all my time as a kid taking road trips with my dad and stuff like that. uh he's just traveling the United States in a good old car. I do think they should make a I think they should make a big train like a magnet rail. If I had my way, I would definitely do a magnet rail from like the East Coast to West Coast. It would be probably
See,
very expensive to run,
the issue
but
is that I don't think it's ever gonna. I don't think it's ever gonna happen sometime soon. I know the Florida has been working on a high speed rail to get to. I don't remember if it's Miami to somewhere else. What's the main?
right.
So the main cities in Florida, whatever, Tampa and Miami. Let's go with that. Or Fort Lauderdale, something like that. They are either making or have made high speed rail for that. However,
That would be so awesome.
I don't think that's ever going to expand past something like that. Even though it would make sense, I don't think anyone ever is going to build.
But I don't think
cross country.
It's just not. Yeah, it's just Deadly says it is just absolutely not efficient financially speaking.
I think
because
China
there's
did it.
such huge swaths of land in between that you have to maintain. It's just like there's too much space and not enough.
Anyways, we could talk about transit forever if you like. But
that's true. We're getting a little off topic, I guess. We're still talking about travel though.
In a way.
But yeah, that would be awesome. You just have a maglev train that goes from like New York to Chicago to like Denver to LA.
We could literally follow the Amtrak route and it'd be fine, but
yeah, right. And just take all that and turn it into a maglev train.
Well,
and
make a separate rail. Obviously,
boom.
you'd have to make a separate rail because
I mean,
cargo.
Environmentally speaking, it's a lot better than freaking planes. Like planes are just, it's a lot. But financially, yeah, maglev, probably not feasible right now. But still, it would be awesome.
I don't think ever. Well, maybe. I don't want to say never, but
never say never.
No time soon. Is it gonna?
No time soon.
Is it gonna be efficient? Because again, I think I'm pretty sure China built a maglev train, and it is the probably worst kind of. It's great, just not really financially or sensibly reasonable.
Yeah, it probably. Yeah, I don't think it'd work out right now, but hopefully in the future, one day, maybe at some point. That would be awesome.
Anyways, where was I gonna go with this? Oh yeah, back to travel and stuff. So, I'm gonna let you think for a second, and I'm gonna distract, even though we've had so long for you to think. I'm gonna think.
Well, you said you want to go to like Amsterdam and Germany and stuff.
Well, no, here I'm gonna let you think about your next place that you want to bring up. Okay.
Okay.
You are gonna take this amount of time to think of another place or another kind of adventure you want to do.
I want to go to Mars.
Reasonably.
I want to go land on Mars. I want to be on Mars. I want to become a Mars tourist. And I want to go to a hot spring on Mars.
Okay, I'm gonna let you think for the next little bit of any like experience you want to do, or place you want to go, because you've talked about mostly places you want to go and things you want to experience because of culture, but I want to see if there's anything you want to like actually just experience for the hell of it rather than a place to go. Okay, so you're going to think about that over the next while I distract. Okay,
distract everybody while I think about this.
I'm gonna give you some time. All right, so one of the things that I want to experience that I've started, and I'm going to slightly raise my desk now, so that maybe it comes into frame. This is gonna be really difficult. Okay,
so your camera just going.
So you can kind of see it right there. You can't fully see it unless I raise my desk all the way, and I don't really feel like standing right now. But that's a display case. That is a display case that has several baseballs into it of places that of baseball stadiums, because I'm into baseball. That's where the hat comes from as well. If you saw it at the beginning, as the hat comes from baseball. My local team. That all those baseballs in there, or most of them actually, are from stadiums that I have traveled to in the past little while. One of the goals for me to experience, and if I had one, again, time and money, my goal is to travel to all the baseball stadiums and get at least one baseball from them so I can put it in the display case there. So that is one of the things I would want to do. Again, it's not outrageous, but it is a experience and a bucket list thing that I want to do. Is I want to travel. I guess across the U.S. It is mostly. I would at some point want to go back to Japan and maybe visit the stadiums there too. But the main goal is to travel to all the U.S. stadiums and watch one game at each stadium. I've gotten a few of them right there, and that's in that display case right there. Is the stadiums that I've been to, which is obviously my home one, which is here in Toronto. I've been to Chicago, Milwaukee, both Chicago stadiums because there's 2 Chicago stadiums. I've been to LA, which there's 2 stadiums in LA, and San Francisco. I've been to all those stadiums so far. So there is 30 teams right now, and I want to visit all of them. I might have to
every single one.
Yeah, I might have to rush to Oakland because Oakland may move soon. So I might have to make a hasty retreat over there.
Quick, gotta get over there before Oakland moves.
They're planning. They I don't know what's going on. A lot of things are in the air. Their original plan was to move to Las Vegas, but I don't know if that's still feasible. But
really,
yeah. But that is one of the things that I would do if I had the time and the money, is because that's something that I am in a mission for, anyways. But I would totally do that. As much. I
don't even know what is Oakland's team. What is Oakland's?
Take a guess.
I don't even.
It is a letter of the alphabet.
What was the baseball team? The letter of the alphabet?
Yeah, take a guess. That's like their logo is literally a letter of the alphabet.
I have no idea.
Okay, it's a
they're the A. What is the A? I don't even know. What
okay, there you go. So their logo is a giant A.
Now, it's the big A. Yeah.
What do you think their team name is?
The Oakland A's.
Good try. That's a great guess. They're the Athletics. Oakland Athletics.
The Athletics. Oh yes. Right. Okay. Yeah.
If you're a baseball, you will know.
I don't know sports very well. Okay, listen. I just know Oakland is the big A. That's all I know about baseball. I mean, I grew up in Georgia, and I was all about the Atlanta Braves, and that's all I know about baseball is the Atlanta Braves were awesome, and that's literally what I grew up on. Was root for the Braves. Every other baseball team sucks.
But yeah, that's something I want to do. That's definitely an experience and a trip that I want to take.
Yeah, that sounds actually really cool. You got a goal. You got like an excuse to go visit a lot of different places. I mean, I talk about like
display cases,
cultures and stuff, but the US does have its own culture and things like that you're going to experience even coming here and just going to different parts of the United States. Whole different cultures, just East Coast, West Coast, North, South. You're going to get all sorts of different people and things like that. I've seen most of it. I've seen most of the United States. Like I said, we took a lot of. I took road trips when I was younger across the states with my dad, and I've seen most of what there is to see. It's mostly America. Honestly, though I've never been to the Eastern Seaboard, so I guess I can't say I've seen all of it. So I've literally never been to New York, which is a huge US tourist destination. I've seen literally everything west of New York, but I've never been to New York. So I guess I still have to visit there at some point. So I guess actually if I had a bunch of money, I'd just be like, let's go to New York, because that's one of the big things that stopped me from going to New York is it's so expensive. You can't go to New York and not have money. It just doesn't. you can't. Not New York City, anyways.
You've been to New York State. I know that.
I've been to New York
I
State.
know that for sure.
New York State, totally a different beast from what you see from New York City.
I've been to New York City. I've
bag of worms.
A while ago, but I've been to New York City. I've been to Buffalo before. I've traveled down.
Buffalo is pretty cool. Buffalo is interesting. It's just I'm from the Midwest, so it's just more Midwest to me. Honestly, it wasn't really that like spectacular when I went to Buffalo in terms of just like things there was to do there. I went when there was a giant snowstorm, so I don't get to see any of Buffalo. I saw the casino, which was a place I lost $100. And
Speaking of that, the places that we want to go. You went to Niagara Falls on the U.S. side, and we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
We talked about this probably in the first few podcasts of our revision of this.
Yep.
But one of the things that we need to do is we need to have you once you, and this is the real thing, rather than the hypothetical. We're getting into kind of more real.
This
kind
is
of stuff.
less hypothetical and more actually might happen.
Yeah, actually might happen, but it's still a little bit hypothetical because we it's expensive still, and obviously Waffles needs to get his shit together. But
yeah, freaking passport, man.
But
we'll go over that again.
We're gonna try to make the attempt. I'm gonna say attempt, because again, that's probably the best way to put it. We're gonna make the attempt to make our way down to Niagara Falls again.
Mm-hmm.
This time, you're gonna stay on the Canadian side.
This time on the cool side, because the New York side, not that interesting. Oh my god, the New York side of Niagara Falls.
I like how
from the top of the falls.
I like how you went the worst time of the year.
It was cool. I mean,
experienced nothing because of the
yeah. I mean, it was an interesting, like, it's really cool, like, looking down on everything from the top of the falls, but definitely you're not going to have a good experience at the bottom of, unless you're at the bottom. Huh?
I'm laughing at your at you tilting because I can see it on Discord. And
my camera,
but in the yeah, there you go. You can see your stuff in the bottom corner of your of your room, but it's cropped enough that the actual stream can't see it.
Oh, the rest of we're not gonna tilt the camera over there because I didn't make my bed this morning, so we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna tilt. In fact, I'm tilting the camera more this way. There we go.
Oh my god, you're perfect. So angled. Wait, I need to put like a picture for it. Like, hold on, wait. I got this. Waffles, give us a presentation.
Hi, it's me, Waffles for Chumps.
On the beluga.
In my not messy,
No, you have to sit normal. You have to sit normal. Like,
oh, okay.
Sit normal, and then do the presentation, like pointing to where your curtains are, of the beluga, of the Airbus beluga.
You got the Airbus. Oh yeah. Hello, I'm here, Waffles for Chumps, here to advertise the Airbus Beluga, the greatest transportation known to man. Take your Airbus Beluga today to parts unknown. Take it to space, why not? Take it to Mars. Where can the Airbus Beluga go? It's up to you to decide. Buy yours today. We are running out of money.
And that's just how it looks like, because you got so much room, like that you could put something next to you, which is what I just did. But
yeah, no, you need to put the WaffleBran Podcast logo.
I don't have that on.
Visit us on. Right here.
I have to change properties.
Visit us right here. Yes, Bran. Do it on the fly.
Where is it? I have to find.
You got this, easy peasy
stuff. Which one do I? You know what? We'll just do this.
Buy Waffle brand T-shirts right now.
There you go.
Yes. Oh, is it right? Is it there?
Just a little bit lower. Your hand goes a little bit lower.
There right there.
Hold on. Okay, there you
go. Okay, go check out the WaffleBran Podcast. You can see it on.
Wait, no, I can't do that. There you go.
iTunes, Spotify.
Are you gonna actually do it?
Apple Podcasts.
Hold on. Start it over.
Okay, you can see it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever the heck else you get your podcasts at. You can get it on the WaffleBran Podcast. Amazon Music, that's the other place that you can get the podcasts at. Go check it out. We talk about things.
That is the worst advertisement I have ever
Is that
seen.
good? All
It's
right. Well, I'm
the
still getting paid, right?
most
You're still paying me,
scuffed.
right?
Yeah, I'm paying you by slapping you whenever. Slapping you across
You're
the
still
face.
paying me in maple syrup, right, Brad?
I think I'm deducting your maple syrup.
I'm deducting your maple syrup quota. Go check it
No,
out. Go
you can
check out the
see your
WaffleBran
laundry.
podcast. I'm fixing my camera.
I know, you can see your laundry basket.
Shh, I don't know what you're talking about. No, definitely. Like my
So
laundry basket is clean. It's empty. I washed my clothes. We're good. See?
So whenever we figure it out, we are making the trip to Niagara Falls and staying on the Canadian side. So that's something to do. I am hoping that when we do it, we can actually do an in-person podcast as well.
That would be cool. Yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah. We'd
I
actually from the top of the
That's
Ferris
not
wheel.
happening, but yeah.
We do a podcast from the top of the Ferris wheel on the Canada side that overlooks the falls.
I don't think that's ever gonna happen, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, I do want to see it so bad. I when I was on the New York side, I saw the Canada side, and I was like, "Oh my god, that looks so much cooler." I had maybe who needs a passport? I'll just get in a barrel on the United States side, and I'll just go over the falls. And Bran, you just come pick me up, and
I'll come pick up your lifeless corpse. Yeah.
yeah.
People have tried
No,
that.
it'll be fun.
People
People have taken barrels over the falls before.
Yes, and all have not lived through it.
Yeah, I think I'll be okay. I'll be fine. Technology's come a long way. We can secure the inside of the barrel. Just fill it
Technology's
up with
come a long
packing.
way. To what?
Fill the barrel with packing peanuts. Man goes over the falls with a barrel full of packing peanuts. Survives to tell the tale. I can see it on the news right now. He wanted to do a podcast with his friend on the other side of the border, but his passport wouldn't come through.
I,
Yes. I can see the headlines now, Bran. I'm ready. Let's do it.
I don't encourage this at all. Just for legal statements, this is not something that will happen or I encourage.
If I had all the money in the world, I would
What
get
would I find all the
world's
money?
most
What would I do?
durable
I would
barrel
I would
and just
travel over
go
the
over
Niagara
the
Falls
fall.
in a barrel filled with packing peanuts.
That's where I'd go. That's where I'd go.
I
I'd make the world's most invincible falls barrel.
No, I wouldn't go visit friends. I wouldn't go do that. I would jump in a
No.
barrel full of packing peanuts and throw myself over the Niagara Falls. Yeah, okay.
Have you ever done like bungee jumping or anything like that?
No, I am not much of an adrenaline junkie.
I have always wanted to, but I've never been able to do it.
See, there
I've
you go.
never-
You could have said that. You could have said that so long ago that you wanted to go bungee jump.
I wanted to go bungee jumping. That would be awesome. Bungee jumping would be really cool. I've never done it before.
Do you care where, or do you just want to do that?
No, I don't really care. Specifically where I have no idea. Somewhere really cool. Somewhere really cool, man. Probably from a mountain cliff or something like that.
Do you want to go skydiving? Would you jump out of a plane?
Skydiving would actually be. I've talked about this before. Skydiving would be really awesome. I actually have an uncle who's a skydiving instructor. He doesn't do it anymore. He's retired, but he used to talk about skydiving all the time, and he's done so many skydives. And he always made me want to do it, and I would love to, but at the same time, I think I would shit my pants on the way down.
Just
I
don't
am
bring
almost
Astra
positive.
with you.
Yeah, just don't bring Astra, who is afraid of heights. Yeah, skydiving would be really awesome. I mean, I can't even watch people skydive without my stomach dropping.
See, I don't want to do skydive. I don't think I could do bungee jumping either, but I don't want to go skydiving too. But I would want to try one of those iFly kind of things, those tubes that just have you float above in the air.
Yeah.
In a building. Those things look weird, but interesting to try. I,
Yeah,
I again, for one of those cases where if I had the money, unlimited money, yeah, I'd do it. I don't know how much I'd want to spend my own money right now, and I'm in a tight spot. If I had money to
I'm
throw
actually
around,
doing that.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I just don't know. I'm not 100% sold on doing it just to throw money at it for like it's a cool experience. I just maybe not. Maybe if I had money to throw around.
Right. Yeah, if I had infinite money, I would just be doing all sorts of stuff, but, it's like you've gotta pick and choose your experiences and stuff like that. You're either getting your baseball stadium tour or you're getting, a
10 minutes in a tube.
harrowing a harrowing flying tube experience, so, yeah, pick your choice. Uh
Have you ever seen those the anti-gravity kind of flights that um basically because the way they work is basically you're taking a plane, you get up to a certain distance, and the pilots basically do a nosedive to the ground, and because of the way it works, you're basically floating for a couple seconds. Have you ever seen those?
No, I haven't seen that,
I'd
and
feel so
that sounds
disoriented. I'd
terrifying.
feel so disoriented. But yeah, basically, like
That sounds absolutely
there's an
terrifying.
experience, and people have done it. I don't know if you can pay for it. They've done it for scientific kind of stuff and some recreational stuff. But there's flights where you go into it, you go up, and they take you to a certain height, and then the pilots essentially do a nosedive straight down, so that the way it works is that because you're going down so fast, you're essentially in a zero.
You're just like hovering there in the plane,
Yeah,
just like
you
midair.
you literally, if you're not strapped in, you're literally go up because it's the opposite direction, and you're basically for a few seconds in like
just floating
in what essentially feels like zero gravity, which it really isn't, but you're basically in that state, and then before at a certain distance, it gets back even.
That seems crazy to me. That is.
But
Oh,
if
boy.
you ever want the experience of zero gravity, that's essentially the way to do it without having to go to space.
I want to go to space though. What if I just went to space? That would be the best way to do it. It'd just be like go to space, then you get some zero gravity. But that actually sounds really cool. That seems like a really interesting. I didn't know they did that, where you could literally get on board like a zero, like the plane. I guess the plane is falling faster than your terminal velocity can fall, so you're
There's a bunch of
literally
scientific
almost
thing that I don't know
experiencing
what's happening. All I know,
weightlessness. That's crazy.
there is a lot of things happening in that I don't know because
Yeah.
I don't know science.
Science is hard. Physics is confusing.
I dropped science as soon as I could in school.
Really? Science was my best subject. I love science. Science is my jam.
I was not a science person. I dropped that as soon as I didn't have to take it anymore.
I hated math, but I love science.
I did math. I wasn't happy with it. I did math though. Was not happy with it.
Science is my jam. I love me some science. That was like my big my favorite class to go to in high school was just give me science class. All the other classes, no, I hated them. But science class, I mean, I had really good science teachers too who were just like, we'd watch Bill Nye the Science Guy and like do all sorts of experiments and stuff like that.
Bill
And I'm just
Nye,
like,
your science guy.
yes, stuff exploding, chemicals, put them together and watch shit happen. I was totally into that. But
No.
you
want to cut open a
throw
frog?
numbers at me and my brain just turns off and I'm just like,
did you cut open the frog or whatever?
yeah, I had to dissect a frog once. Oh, that was not it's a whole classroom smells like formaldehyde and you're just like, I could not. It was not a fun time. I was on the verge of throwing up the whole time. I cannot deal with that. Dissecting it, I draw the line at seeing the inner organs of creatures. That's like no, I could not. Science, biology is amazing, and I think that even the science of the body is amazing and stuff like that. But physically actually dealing with it, no, 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 no.
No.
Organs belong on the inside where I can't see them, and I don't want to think about them at all. I cannot.
Yeah, I
Salute, Arathar. Hello, welcome.
yeah.
Um,
No, but no, there's a bunch of science stuff that goes into that. I'm not qualified or know anything
Physics,
about it.
however, physics super cool to me. I like
Yeah,
physics.
I don't know anything about the physics of it, but I'm assuming that because of the way the plane's angled, there is there is a moment where you're not on the ground, so it's almost that you're in the air, and then
Yeah, it's falling faster than you can actually fall.
yeah, the gravity's
And
pulling you down.
yeah, and you're actually kind of weightless technically on the plane. I mean, you're not weightless, you're still falling, but the plane's falling faster, so it seems like you're in zero gravity because it's pressurized. Because the cabin's pressurized. So that's kind of cool. I didn't think about that. Yeah, but that's probably
I've
a
seen that stuff.
legit thing that
No, it's
on
not.
the other
Well,
hand, I would know that the airplane's dropping, and I would still feel like I'd be like, no, oh, no, I don't like
oh, it's
this.
a
I don't.
terrifying experience. Like
Yeah, I'm
I've
sure it'd be
like it's
terrifying
a
as hell.
terrifying experience, but it's like one of those things where it's just you kind of are there for the experience of being in zero quote quote zero gravity kind of feel. In a way, I guess. Again,
Yeah,
it's an experience that you probably wouldn't feel anywhere else as long as you don't think about it. And I'm sure
Arathar
that's very
says,
second.
is the stream topic still the question? Sorry, I
Kind of.
wanted to read that really quick because we have gotten so off topic with the actual stream topic. If you could go anywhere, where would it be? Yeah, that was our um we we went all over the place with it. If you could go anywhere without money being an issue,
Or experience. I think
where
it's
would you go?
going or experience anything.
The question would be the circumstances. Exactly, right? That's what I was bringing up. Like, if money is an issue, let's go to Monaco or something like that. Let's go to like a really fancy place. What are the circumstances surrounding it? I guess would be like the huge actual question. Um, I guess like if you could hire a private helicopter or jet, where would you go? Which was what we kind of answered with like I would probably go to the Himalayas because I could get a private hot air balloon.
Do you just want to go in a hot air balloon? Have you ever been in a
I
hot
kind
air
of want to
balloon?
go in a hot air
Have
balloon.
you
I'm
ever
not
been
gonna
in a hot
lie.
air balloon?
I've never been in one before, and I know it's a lot more peaceful than a helicopter. Helicopters are
Well,
very like
obviously.
loud and obnoxious. But the Himalayas was definitely one place I wanted to go without the frustration of traveling everywhere by foot because that is painful. Himalayas is not an easy place to traverse on the ground. Go to Monaco as a broke guy. I guess the streets are nice. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why I said if money wasn't an issue, if money was no issue, go to Monaco. Go to somewhere like crazy expensive. Oh, you know where would be cool? I've always wanted to go to that ice hotel in where was that located?
Greenland.
The Sweden
Oh,
Ice Hotel. There's Hotel de Glace or whatever the heck it's called. It's an entire hotel built out of ice,
is the bed
and
built on ice as well?
I think so. Um,
You get no bed sheets. You get only ice.
I mean, there's stuff on top of the ice
No,
bed, but
no, you get no.
oh, you
You get
sleep on
no.
ice. Your cover is also ice. It's
Yeah,
just a big ice sheet you put over yourself. Just like, mm, I am not
you
comfortable.
you
You
get
just
you don't get an actual mattress pad. You get just ice. Here's
you'd
your
go to
ice
Southeast
mattress pad.
Asia, Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia. I've been to Vietnam and Thailand. I those are great places to go. Um, highly recommend them. I've already been there, so I wouldn't go there personally. I'll I've already been there. I've already seen it and done it. Uh, so if I could choose anywhere, but Vietnam, really cool place. You don't need money to go to Vietnam. You could live like a king in Vietnam for very, very, very cheap. Thailand, you used to be able to go to for really cheap. It's getting a little more expensive now. In recent years, Thailand's currency has been going up and up. Um, but Thailand's also a really cool place. definitely go to those places. You'd want to go back. Astra says they'd want to go back to India and see lots of places that you haven't, like the Taj Mahal. Heck yeah! Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. What about world wonders and stuff like that? I guess those would be really like the pyramids. I would want to go see. Um, Taj Mahal, things like that. I mean, I guess I would go see a lot of the world, like the Hanging Gardens, the Colosseum, things like that. I'd want to go see a lot of those world wonders because they're just really
Magnificent.
magnificent,
You're
so
magnificent.
magnificent works of human
Yes. Well,
engineering and
where's
stuff
your
like that.
monocle, Waffles? I wanna.
Magnificent. We don't wear monocles now. We just wear like one sunglass side. Bran, where'd your sunglasses go, by the way?
I took them off a while ago.
You were one of the cool ones. You were so cool.
And you didn't even
Bran.
notice. So for an
Damn.
hour. So I'm so clearly it doesn't matter.
Mm. I just miss Cool Bran.
I also want
Cool
to visit
Bran
Banff.
used to be so awesome.
Yeah, Banff National Park in Alberta. Yeah, that's a very nice place. I haven't been there, but I know it's a very nice place to go to. Especially if you want to go. I think especially skiing stuff. If you do any winter sports, it's a great place. Banff. Or camping. I think there's good camping spots.
There's a place called Banff National Park.
Banff National Park in Alberta.
Like, all I can think of is like the anagram.
I was like, what do you think? I can't think of anything else that is like. I don't understand what you're going on with Banff.
Well, Banff, it stands for badass, mother.
I didn't even know. Didn't even think.
Banff National Park. It's where all the coolest people hang out in the world.
Okay.
It's where all the badasses hang out. Hell yeah. Who would have thought it was in Canada? Would world wonders matter? Back to my first question. What's the circumstances? You have money is not an issue. That's the circumstances. You can you still have to you're still restricted to the regular. There's no such thing as teleportation.
You
still
can't
have
go to Mars
regular.
like Waffles wants to.
Yeah, you can't go to Mars like I wish I could.
Like,
you wouldn't even be surprised about a national park called Quahegwinquiteg. Fair. I mean, there is some weird national parks out there. I do like Banff National Park though. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no issues at all. Anything kind of more or less kind of goes in terms of just travel, just things to travel, places you want to travel to, experiences you want to do.
Well, I mean, yeah. If money is an issue, is there any issue? I guess time. I guess the biggest resource that we all have.
I think reason. Yeah, you'd be. It's like a reasonable. I don't want to set a time restriction, but I just think like because again, it's all a theoretical. Just like a place you want to go and experience this and that. Like
right.
I think it's not. I don't think it's like less. It's less of I want to do this because I want to be able to go here forever. But it's more like I want to experience this and go like that. And like if you had the time to go experience it and you didn't have to worry about money, then whatever. Kind of. I don't think either of us are looking at it too deeply.
If you'd want to go to space for a day, that's what I was saying. I was saying like space. Hell yeah, let's go to space. That would be awesome. I'd love to go into space. Well, there's places like obviously you're never gonna. You're gonna visit unless your priority is traveling. You have to save money and work unless you're very rich or something like that. You're obviously not going to visit every place you would want to visit in the world in your lifetime.
You could when you retire if you have enough.
If you had enough money and you were retired, maybe.
I don't think either of us will, but
I don't like being rushed when I'm traveling. That's the worst part of traveling for me is I like being able to decide where I'm going to go. And I do want to see it all, and that's my problem.
So we kind of touched on it. You said you're kind of freelancing when you're doing stuff. do you plan anything or like you're on your trips? Like,
Oh
are you
yeah,
do you like have like a time set you try to plan
dude. The
or is
whole
it
time I'm looking up everywhere I can go and stuff
or
like that.
okay are you like saying like, oh, we need to be here, or is like we should go here at this, kind of like sorting out your details of how your travel should look, or are you like, we'll go here and then we'll figure it
I
out?
don't. I kind of plan it out. I kind of look at all the cool places to go, and we kind of just do it and see what we can fit in a day. Um, if there's places near each other, I'll be like, okay, we can go here and here today or something like that. And I kind of just see what I can fit. I don't plan it out to be like, we need to be here on this day, we need to be here on that day. Unless there's like we need to be at the airport because that's when our plane leaves. That's a different
Oops, got
story. But
stuck.
but like
Guess I'm living here now.
I think the important part is to just have ideas of where to go, but not like restrict yourself too much. Because you have to be able to enjoy it. And if you're so busy worrying about your schedule or like, being at a place on time or something like that, you're not having a good time. Like you're just rushed and you're just not relaxing, and that's a huge part. You can't absorb the culture, you can't absorb the uh knowledge and entertainment and all that stuff without if you're in a hurry, if you're just constantly like worrying about what you're going to be doing next.
Astra says, but if
So
the money is no object, why wouldn't you take a private jet? You can, but Waffles just prefers to take a hot air balloon.
yeah, hot air balloon, man. Let's go. I can see the whole country from like way up there. No helicopter blades going. It'd be awesome.
There is no reason
I want the world's fastest hot air balloon.
So what would that be? Would that be like? Would you have to have like some kind of
You
propellers on
can't
the,
have a world's
like some kind of
literally
propellers on the,
yeah, just like with like a little like really quiet propellers on the hot air balloon.
like it
It'd be
wouldn't
like
it wouldn't be that big and it wouldn't be that
take a
fast, but
zeppelin.
you would have.
A private zeppelin. There we go.
Why don't
Yes.
you? So you would just a blimp then?
Yeah, just take a blimp. I want to take a blimp tour across the world. That'd be the way to go. Like the
I
quiet
think
propellers on the back.
that sounds more reasonable than your other
That would actually be awesome.
blimp
I
idea.
miss blimps. Do they even fly blimps anymore?
I think so. I don't know. I don't think they're very that common, but they pretty.
Yeah, I mean, like blimps just do not really exist anymore. Remember, like you'd see it all over on like media and stuff, like blimps like flying over, a field, like a baseball field or something, like advertising something.
Well, the
Uh,
NASCAR blimp or whatever it is, the whatever that blimp is, I'm pretty sure still exists because they use it as like a camera, as
yeah, they
well.
don't really ever use those anymore.
But I think NASCAR still has theirs and still uses theirs. I don't know for sure, but I feel like they do.
There are only 25 blimps left on Earth. Many airships, I'm looking this up on Google. Many airships used in the early 20th century were filled with highly combustible hydrogen gas rather than helium. Well,
Nice.
that would explain some things, which made any accident potentially disastrous. I mean,
Yeah, Waffles. There
through
you go.
which we experienced
There you
before.
go, Waffles. Jump into one of
Uh,
those.
the world witnessed when the Hindenburg crashed. Yep,
There you go.
exactly. And everyone was like, maybe no more blimps.
Maybe
Yeah,
no more.
fair enough.
Maybe no more blimps with hydrogen.
You get one exploding hydrogen bomb, and suddenly, oh, the world doesn't want to use that technology anymore. I see how it is.
There you go, Waffles. There's your goal. You need to. Money knows the issue. You need to rebuild a zeppelin with it like.
Yes, I will make safe zeppelin technology.
No,
That's what I
just
do
build a
with
replica, the
infinite
exact
money.
same. Not even safe. Just build it the exact same. And
Just build a giant hydrogen bomb waiting to happen. Sure, yeah, why not? What could go wrong?
I
He
think
could waste half his time.
I
on
think the
travel
only
this
reason
time
they
with
did
me.
that was because it's cheaper. If I'm correct.
Could you imagine though, in an awesome world where instead of like sea cruise ships, we had Zeppelin cruise ships?
No, not really.
Wouldn't that be freaking awesome? Like,
Why?
you'd be
What?
flying in the air and you would have the cruise ship experience, but it would just wouldn't be like ocean for miles outside your window. You'd just get to look down and there'd be like you could see everything
But
and have like this awesome
wouldn't it
experience.
almost you could be do? No, I don't know. That seems a little bit more impractical because it would have to be a lot bigger.
Well, I'm talking about like in a perfect world where like if we had Zeppelin travel and it wasn't just a giant hydrogen death bomb and like they
What would
weren't
that even look like though? Like how like because the way the Zeppelins work is it's a giant balloon basically. So
yeah, it's a big
so
balloon.
if you wanted a cruise ship experience on
Yeah.
would the balloon be like those things are
Yeah,
massive
be a
in the
cruise ship at the bottom side of the balloon. It'd just
but
be
but
like
those things are
giant.
massive
You've
in the
seen steampunk stuff
but
before, like
but those things are massive in the first place. So would it have to be like could quadruple the size to hold that?
probably. I mean, it'd
Like
be a huge balloon.
like I'm almost picturing the balloon having to be the size of like New York State almost.
just a massive, just a giant. What's that? Oh, that's the Carnival Air cruise ship
Yeah.
just flying above us, dear.
Like if it
It's
was
blocking out the sun.
like like if you
Yes, but those peoples are having a great time up there on the ship.
like if you did it like the futuristic style where it's like maybe it's like floating with propellers or something like that to keep it up, maybe that's more realistic. But I just imagining this giant balloon over it,
Yeah.
that's just like so much bigger because it has to be to hold up the weight of it.
Yeah. In news today, half of the Midwest's crops have died
Because
due
they're
to
blocked
lack
out
of
by the sun.
as the world cruise Zeppelin floated over the United States today.
Like imagine the air traffic issue you would have with that being so slow.
Yeah, I think if I could go anywhere, I would just I would safely invent the Zeppelin.
Well, you could do
and
that.
use that to fly
Just use
around.
helium.
Yeah, I guess so. They use helium now, but there's a helium shortage. Helium's very expensive. You can't get helium in mass quantities anymore, which would, I guess, explain why there's no blimps. Yeah, helium is very hard to come by.
Because that's the difference was that like that they use hydrogen, and I'm pretty sure it's because it's cheaper. I'm pretty sure at the time hydrogen was cheaper,
Oh yeah,
or
hydrogen very cheap, but
so
also explosive as hell.
yeah, so they use that instead, thinking that that's where they'll save it, and obviously then they had issues, which is why they use
Yep.
helium now because it's safer, but it's obviously a little bit more of a more difficult to have.
Apparently, a Zeppelin and a blimp are two different types of airships too. Both are propelled with lighter than air gas, but Zeppelins are rigid airships that use internal framework to maintain their shape. Blimps are
Oh yeah,
just big balloons.
that's fair. Yeah, no,
Blimps
I
just big
I
balloons.
think I knew that prior. I just forgot about that. I think I do
A
remember
Zeppelin's
that.
got like a whole
It has an
framework
entire
that's just
frame
filled
inside of
with
it.
like
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
it's got an actual outlining. So if you deflated it, it would have the components holding
Yeah.
actually making up the Zeppelin there. Whereas a blimp, if you deflated it, it would literally just deflate.
But as to wherever we could go in the world, I think I would get to hard to get places with like superior air travel technology. That's what I would do. If money was not an object, I'd get to like I just go to the top of Mount Everest and be like, haha, yes, you guys all hiked here. Get wrecked. I just flew here with
I
my
just
super fancy Zeppelin.
yeah, that's the issue with things like that is that like you can't fly up there because the air is so thin.
Right. Yeah. Unless you have a cool hot air balloon.
Uh,
But no,
I
yeah, you
think it
really
would
can't unless you have it
pop.
very specific. Yeah. I don't think you can even fly helicopters up to the top.
You you can kind of. It's risky because the air's so thin up there that
Hmm.
if like they try to in emergency situations, but the weather has to be
The
perfect.
helicopter blades don't even like pick up enough
It has to be perfect weather
air
for them to
current.
do so. Otherwise, it will crash. So you
Yeah.
theoretically can. However, it's extremely risky.
Dangerous. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yeah. So I guess I
which
would
is
figure out a safe
which
way
is
to the top of Mount
why
Everest.
they, if you make it up there and you're in an emergency situation, you have to get back down some way because there is no air rescue up there for you to get you.
Okay. What about a place at the bottom of the ocean? What if you could like, if you had enough money and you could like build a like an underwater hotel? If you had all the money in the world and you could build an underwater hotel, would you do it?
I don't think that's the issue. I think the technology is the issue. Because
I think they can build bubble domes.
well, if they have, if they can, they have. I think they have built underwater stuff. I don't know if it's completely underwater, where it's not, there is no landside connection. Like I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure there's stuff where it's, you can, yeah, there's a tunnel to go into it. Probably, I don't know if it's a hotel, but I'm pretty sure they've done it. So I think it's if you're wanting a fully dedicated underwater thing that has no landside connection and the only way to get down there would be through a submarine, I think technology would be your issue.
Well, it'd also be really convenience. Like it'd be pretty hard. It's a
And it
pain in the
depends how
butt to
deep
get
you're going
places
to.
via submarine. I mean, you'd have like an elevator that like sticks out to the top of the ocean, and you just be like, bing, going into the undersea dome. You go
It,
down there, and
but
you'd just
again, I think
be.
it depends how deep you go, because again, pressurization is an issue, is a whole other issue on it.
Astra's like, hell no, I'm not going down there. So Astra is afraid of heights and
And,
also afraid
and
of
going to,
depths.
yeah, it just ground level. That's where Astro
Just
wants to say. Just
only sea level. That
stay
is
on the
the
sea
only
level.
place I can exist. Fair. I think the concept of being very far underwater is cool to me, if not terrifying, because almost as scary as
because
space
because
is,
again,
being very deep underwater
I
is
I think
terrifying.
we have to go back to the original restriction, which is it has to be actually feasible, scientifically feasible,
I guess
and
scientific.
that
I
would.
think you could do an underwater dome pretty
But
feasibly.
depends how deep. Again, I think is the question. Is time, because again, there's only so far that even a
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't
submarine
put it at like
can.
the bottom of the Mariana Trench,
Yeah,
but
because the
like,
submarine can only go so far without crushing the people inside of it because of the pressure. Um,
yeah, I would say like typical
so
submarine depth. You could put a dome down there and see some pretty cool deep sea life without seeing like angler fish and like those weird crustaceans that you just have, you know, you just have no, you can just see right through their bodies, and weird fish like that, like the giant squids and stuff that's at the bottom of the ocean. Actually, okay, if I could travel anywhere and money wasn't an issue, I'd get in one of those really deep sea subs and I'd go see the bottom of the ocean. Actually,
there you go.
I would go to
That's fair.
space and I'd go to the bottom of the ocean because nobody
So
goes
so
there.
Waffles would basically go as high as he possibly can, and then go as low as he possibly can,
Yep, exactly. I would go
or
places nobody else
from
gets
the
to
center of
go.
the earth. I would specify that because technically, yeah.
I'd go to the center of the earth because nobody's been there before.
No, well, yeah, but I meant like you would go as
Mhm.
deep as you could, or as close as you could to the center of the earth, and go as far as away as you could to the center of the earth.
Yeah,
That's humanly possible, almost.
yeah, as humanly possible. Yep, given the technology today. You're not afraid.
What?
Astra's not afraid of the ocean itself. You're afraid of what's in it. Anglerfish are fucking huge. Fair. I don't think there's anything really super dangerous to humans. That would like really do anything. Like, I mean, they wouldn't like go ram up against the dome or something like that unless they were like, I guess maybe the most terrifying animal would actually be like a horde of dolphins, because those things will ram up against stuff. They will just like they will hoard up on sharks and start ramming, like headbutting them and stuff like that. Like if they don't like something, they will all gang up on it, and that would actually be the most terrifying situation. Is if a horde of dolphins decided that that was their territory
instead
and
of
they all
in-
started
instead
headbutting
of
the dome.
instead of being stuck in a cage, with sharks surrounding you, now you're stuck in a ball dome
Yeah,
with dolphins running at
I'd
you.
almost be more terrified of dolphins. I'm not gonna lie. Dolphins are freaking smart, man.
They are, yeah.
Like they'd all hit the right spot and they'd be like, "Oh, it's cracking. Let's keep hitting that spot." Sharks would just be like, You don't know fish here. Dolphins would be terrifying.
Dolphins are a little bit scary in some ways.
Dolphins, I don't. Any animal that's like close to human intelligence is terrifying to me. I don't like gorillas.
I was gonna say, what about
don't like
monkeys and gorillas?
dolphins. I don't like apes, and I don't like dolphins because it's scary how close they are to human intelligence. But like, not completely there, so they're like a very irrational human being. It's kind of
They're
terrifying.
waffles.
Yeah, they're me. They're waffles, the most irrational human being. Like an angry ape, it's smart enough to know things, but it still doesn't have enough reason to calm down. So that's terrifying to me. Angry dolphins, kind of the same way. Dolphins can be scary. So you know what? That's a legit concern, Astra. Terrifying underwater dolphins that would destroy your underwater
Terrifying
dome.
underwater.
Okay,
I don't know.
money not an issue. I'd go to an underwater dome with dolphin defense. Done.
Well, depends how deep you can go, because dolphins can't go that deep, considering that they are part mammal, because
That's
they need air.
true. That's true. Yeah. Dolphins can only go so deep. I'd go deeper than dolphins can go in an underwater man-made dome. The end. with just in case dolphin defense.
What would that be? What is a dolphin?
It'd shoot like rings of air that the dolphins would want to play with, so that it would distract them if they started approaching the dome.
I don't know if that would work, but okay.
You ever seen those videos of like dolphins? They see like a ring of air and they'll start playing with it, and they'll start like.
I just don't know how well that would work at the end of the day if they really wanted to get to you.
If they were really aggravated, if they would be distracted by air bubble rings.
Waffles goes, use dolphin defense. Ooh, bubble! I want that.
Or it'd just be like a dolphin call from really far away, something like that, like a mating call, and they'd all be like. And they turn and fly away or float away. They don't fly. Flying dolphins now. But, that would be
anyway.
Terrifying.
I don't even know where this is going anymore.
Well, I think that's a good place to call
I'm
it for
lost.
today. I think we'll stop on flying dolphins.
I'm
yeah,
lost. Yeah, I got nothing anymore.
If you could go anywhere in the world, hang out with the flying dolphins. I think is where we're.
If you enjoyed whatever the hell happened today, I don't know. Don't. That's just kind of weird.
If you enjoyed whatever happened today, I don't know. You're weird. Why are you still here?
Good for you for making this long. I question your sanity.
Yeah, good for you guys. Anybody who's still here, congratulations.
But
you've survived.
We'll end it now. I do need to go to bed at some point soon.
Yeah, that's true. You do have a long trip to Japan.
I got a long trip.
Yes.
I got a
sounds good
morning that I have to get up for. So yeah.
Good luck on your trip. I hope you have a good
we'll
time.
see. Well, maybe I'll have some stories when I get back, because I will be back a few days ahead of when our next podcast
You can have crazy Japan stories.
So I will probably not have as crazy Japan stories as Waffles has, but I may have some.
Go to a maid cafe, you won't regret.
I will not do that, and so we'll see what happens after, and we'll have that conversation after. Or we won't, because I will say that Japan is good enough that I do not want to see Waffles anymore, and I will stop the podcast because Waffles.
I'm living in Japan now. Yeah. I am done.
I'm done with Waffles. I'm too cool for Waffles, so I will never come back and deal with Waffles and not sign a waiver ever. So if you enjoyed what happened today, or you want to hear more or see one of the other episodes where we're probably a little bit less weird, maybe. Kind of.
I don't know.
There is a large scale. There's YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music, all under the name WaffleBran Podcast, that you can check out. You can see that. I don't know why you're pointing everywhere, because you do have
somewhere around there.
You have the projection on Discord. I show Waffles on Discord what
Yeah, I'm not looking at it
OBS
right now.
OBS is.
I'm
So
looking at your cool glasses.
so like he can look at it, just so that everyone knows that he has the assets to know what's going on. He just chooses not to use them, which isn't surprising. But that does happen. Oh, he wasn't even looking at it. I just heard the Discord sound. He wasn't even looking at it. Didn't have it activated. Anyways, go check it out there. You can go see our previous episodes. We talked with Astra last time. Astra got freaked out last time too. So
go check it out. Last time we had Astra, she was freaked out. I don't think she's coming back on the
No, I don't think so. I'll have to drag Astra back if that was the case.
But yeah, thanks for joining. Next time we'll have Bran's.
I don't want shout outs, please.
Ezra's like, please do not. I don't want to.
Go check out Astra. Scuffstra. There we go. Go shout out Astra right there. Who's,
exactly. There we go.
Especially
shout out Scuffstra. Perfect. But yeah. Next time we'll have Japan stories from Bran Japan.
Anything else? But yeah, take care. Go check our previous ones out. Give us a follow or subscribe on any of the platforms. Go check out Waffles live at Waffles for Chumps. And then go check out Scuffstra as well, and go check out our last episode so you can find the links also for Astra if you are watching it on any other platforms. It was a lot of fun and a lot of confusing, as it normally is. If you enjoy the confusing stuff, just make sure to come back. We do it bi-weekly, normally starting around at 6:30 EST. I'm going to say that now.
6:30.
Yeah, we're live at Waffles for Chumps at 6:30.
6 to 6:30.
And it is posted also on all of those previous platforms as well. Then following day, which is normally Sunday, that one is at 6 EST. That's when those are normally posted on our other platform. So be prepared for that. Other than that, I hope you guys take care. Enjoy the rest of your night, day, or whenever you are listening to this. And don't think too much about Dolphins. Bye.
Bye.